People and McLean.
Recording is live.
So, last we left off, the party had conquered the rotating dungeon. You had made your way to the core of Dreamer's Folly, passing a interesting statue talking to some lovely, I'd say treants, but I don't believe they were treants.
Dryads.
They were
My brain has stopped working.
dryads.
Dryads, thank you.
No problem.
You'd spoken to them. You had finally made your way all the way to what appears to be some sort of glowing green portal. And baking in
Just
its
a
light.
real quick thing.
Yes.
I cannot access my character sheet because D&D Beyond is down until 10 a.m. tomorrow.
That should be fine.
Cool.
Okay, does that apply to everyone with D&D Beyond?
D&D
Most
Beyond
likely.
is just down. It is down until 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah,
That is-
that's unfortunate.
I have
That will
physical
matter
ca-
for some characters.
Yeah.
Just paper supremacy is all I'm gonna
Yeah.
say.
You can say that all you want, but I can't read paper, so
I know.
yeah. You can say it all you want, means nothing.
Yeah, way to be ableist, Ollie. What the fuck?
Do people have
Yeah,
a vague
well,
idea about
I
like
can
a
be
lot of their like dialogue-based stats?
Mhm.
Or even just a decent idea.
I know
I do.
what my dialogue stuff is, yes.
Perfect. Then we should be fine.
That's what you think. I'm about to throw hands with the headmistress.
Well, good thing you have stats available for throwing hands.
Yeah, no throwing hands for me and Matt.
Baking in the green light of this portal, it feels like sitting in the sun in the middle of summer. Like sitting on a warm spot. What are you doing?
Sorry, this is in the rotating dungeon.
Yes, so you've made it to the final bit. You've just gone through a room with a whole bunch of mushrooms, which luckily none of you have inhaled too steadily.
Is there some way we could send my familiar back and and get them both to work together to turn the contraption?
I mean, presumably if we're coming in this portal, won't we be coming back out this portal? Presumably?
I mean, it's
I
always.
don't know how I don't know how portals work.
Yes, that is the dilemma, isn't it?
Exactly. Dom, do I
Yeah.
get the impression that if I did send back a familiar, could two of them together turn the...
Make me an intelligence check.
Because I know one couldn't by itself, but perhaps two could. Sorry, flat intelligence?
Flat intelligence.
Well, what a way to start the session with a natural one.
Natural
Oof.
1.
I have a +5 to intelligence.
So that's total 6.
Six.
You don't know. It might not. If you're not careful, maybe they die, you never get out of here.
That's true. That's really true. Then how will we get... Because if we backtrack out of here, then mathematically we have to all be able to get out.
Well, yeah,
If
I
the-
mean,
we
If it was all of us, yes.
theoretically, wouldn't the easiest way just to have Simumalade stay here, and then that way she can turn the dial for us to get us back to the original one, because it like connects real quick, and then we're gonna just turn it back for her as she comes back around.
What if this portal just takes us somewhere different and doesn't ever bring us back here? It's like one-way thing.
Well, she's not a living
Oh.
thing, so who cares?
We also know the way back
That's
to getting
literally
to
me.
Well, didn't the mage lady say she was a construct? They're not living things. It's made of things.
Yeah, but it's me.
Yes, I think
It's not you. You're standing here. The other, it's a construct that just looks like you.
It equally thinks it's me.
I think
Okay,
there's
well, it won't starve to
an
death.
attachment to each other than we're thinking.
Man, you got attached quick.
I mean, coming back to it, we could always just, if we can't come back, do a full loop and head back to the bottom of the tree.
That's true. That's true.
And then you're still connected, I imagine. How long can you hold the familiar for?
As long as I need.
Perfect.
All right. If this sends us to the other side of the other side of the world, I'm not going to be happy.
Well, we need to get you the thing for this magic school, so we're gonna go through here either way.
I step through the portal.
Yeah, follow suit.
Excellent. Stepping
Maybe.
through the portal, it's immensely bright, and for a moment you can see nothing. Coming to, you're now in the center. I'm assuming everybody steps through, yes?
Yeah, I do.
Of a very large interior of a tree. Not as large as the one you were compared to before, but still large enough to be a room. And in this room, you can see a satyr. We'll get you a picture. A very hunched over, somewhat strange looking satyr.
Smash.
Thank you, Jake.
Valuable input as ever.
They're working at a desk, and as you walk in, he turns to the lot of you, looking very startled, wide-eyed. He goes, "They're here! Beatming was waiting.
Sorry, what was your name?
My name, Beatming.
Big
How do I
man.
spell
B-E-E-M-I-N-G. Beatming welcomed you. Beatming was waiting."
Thank you, Beatming, for seeing us.
Sorry, can I get the spelling once again?
Are you messages of Viserin? Beatming was waiting. It's been a while. You took your time.
How long do you think it's been?
Beatming doesn't have clock.
That is unfortunate.
Beatming has flesh golem, and he gestures at the table, and you can see he's stitching together a golem. But golem, not no time.
That's understandable.
Have you made many of these before?
Yes!
Interesting.
Beatming
think we've
decipher
met one.
text from Viserin. Viserin is... No. Beatming is understudy and or apprentice of Viserin Gilderland.
Name that I've heard before?
Viserin or Gilderland? Or yes.
Viserin Gilderland.
Viserin, would you have looked at that statue further back? The big statue over here?
Yes, I think we did.
I believe you did.
Yeah, we
That's
did.
meant to be a statue of Viserin.
Interesting.
And if you give me a history check, it should be
Yeah,
a
I'll
pretty
do
easy
that.
history check.
Ooh,
So,
I know what my intelligence
can I do
is.
Sorry?
Can I do the history check?
Absolutely.
I got a 3 on it.
I got a 23.
23. A 3 is not enough. A 23 is definitely enough. Viserin is the person that grew the massive tree that became My brain has stopped working.
It became the elf home.
Yeah.
Where the school is.
He planted
Viserion
it?
effectively grew the massive tree.
How long ago was that?
A good amount of time. I'd actually asked Josh, how long ago do you think that would have been? Because this is your family.
Yes, it's a thingy I made. Second son, so 600 years, like probably like 550.
550? Yeah. So a good
550?
500 years ago.
When was the last time you spoke with the Syrian?
A long time ago. As Beatming said, didn't have clock.
Hmm.
Well,
Why do you ask questions like this?
Well, it's just been so long.
curious by nature.
We don't have a clock either, you see.
Makes sense. So what is the king's response? Beatming wishes to know what is the king's response.
Good.
What? Beatming's question, or not question, request in return for giving access to all of our lovely soil was that the Fey people be allowed to have refuge in the forests.
Mhm.
Viserion said, yes, I will work on it. I will go talk to my dad. It shouldn't take too long. And good is not the right answer, I think. Or is that good? Yes, it's happening still. Because we're sending people,
Yes.
but I'm
Well,
not
I
hearing
mean-
much back from them. Which is either very good or very bad.
Yes, it does sound like that, doesn't it?
What?
Good is a term used nowadays differently to how you might be familiar with. What it sort of translates as to is that it's actually very bad, and the Fae people are being hunted
What?
at the behest of the king.
It's not going well.
What the fuck?
This
You're
is all
telling
very, very recent developments.
As of the last few days.
Did you fuck this up somehow? What happened?
No, it wasn't we.
Beatming is so confused.
As they famously say, don't shoot the messenger.
I don't have a bow and arrow.
So you gave them the soil to grow the big tree, yes?
So what happened is we had mushrooms, and the mushrooms were a problem. So we got
Right.
Viserion came to us and said fire. So we used a lot of fire. Then no more forest.
Ah.
But now,
Yes.
Beatming and everyone in the Fae, lots of lovely soil with lots of lovely nutrients. Because burning mushrooms, good nutrients. I don't know if you've ever eaten them around a campfire, but good
Okay, so
nutrients. But nowhere to live. So Viserion said, I will grow a tree through, we will use this. You come live in my big tree. We are happy, we live in forest, we work together. And now you're telling me that everyone we send over is being hunted.
Well, okay. I'm retconning, by the way. I forgot how long my gap was. I must say 900 years this tree has been around for.
Yeah.
They got a decade to work with. Well, for the nearly a decade, your people were welcomed, but the recent king made changes.
As of like a week ago.
Do you
Yes.
mean a millennia? Do you mean a 1,000 years?
You mean a century, as in 100 years?
No. I mean,
This
it's
is a lot of questions, and Beatming's also confused.
Wait.
Okay,
Do you
so
mean
to break it down,
years of the
basically,
900
for the
years?
majority of about 900 years, your people have been fine. As of a week ago, your people are no longer fine.
Well, that's shit.
Yes, it is.
Yes, this new
For a
king
quick-
is shit.
I don't know if you're misleading him or not. For the last at least 100 years, they have been hunting Fae. It's just they're stepping it up now.
Oh, okay. I was not aware of this.
I did
It
say
was.
that in the first session, but
Oh.
that was
It
a
was.
like offhand comment, so I'm not
Okay.
You're
surprised.
lying.
In that case,
Yeah.
no. In that case, I will readjust my statement.
But you did just say for at least the last 900, so your statement's still correct. It's just not the full truth.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I would like to amend it to be the full truth.
Ah.
Yeah. So it's
Well-
getting worse now.
So why are you here to tell me to stop sending people? What's going on?
You should definitely
where-
stop sending people, but that's not our goal here today.
Yeah, it's the way we're here.
We're
What are you doing here?
we're here because we were told there's a powerful magical artifact spell book.
So you're here to rob me?
Do you have a spell book?
What do you mean, no?
No, I'm not here to rob
We
you.
don't wish to rob. We can make a deal, perchance, or trade of
Yeah.
some kind.
Well, it's not going well with the last one I made, is it?
It was for about 800 or 900 of the.
It's
of
not
the
good
years.
for me now because it wasn't the deal that in 900 years, yes, you can hunt my family and friends for fun.
Well, the person who made that deal isn't around anymore, and
It's
his
true.
long descendants haven't really kept up or even known about it, I guess.
There's
I
no
don't know.
way to. I don't think anyone even knows that you're here.
That's true.
Beatming's gonna have a stroke. This is bullshit.
Please don't beat me.
Okay, only because you told me to.
Yeah, well,
You said you're here for powerful artifact.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, can I have a peruse through your house, please, and take the expensive shit? That's pretty much what you've told me.
No.
Beatming doesn't know if he likes this.
No,
well,
no,
okay. So we
Beatming kind of
came-
wants
okay.
you to go away now. This is
Wait,
scary,
so-
Beatming.
So we
I only
we
have
were
like
told,
5 more flesh golems to defend myself.
We didn't know you were here.
Oh.
We thought that there was just a powerful magical item sitting in the area where you happen
This
to
is
be.
my house. What do
Oh,
you
let
mean
me
you
let
didn't
me
know-
let me let me explain. Okay, so we came here in search of that. We didn't know you were here. We now know you are here, and we are willing to make a deal for the magic item that you may or may not have.
You
The
might not
control
even have
J.
the thing that we're looking for.
What are you looking for? Because powerful artifact, or like, what does that mean?
We were told we'd know it when we saw it.
But what is it?
It'll be an item that holds some sort of significant amount of magical power. We're guessing this is for a magical.
You want a
school.
flesh golem?
No.
I don't think that would go down too well at the magic school. Well, maybe it might actually.
Beatming thinks it might be a good idea just to get you to go away, though.
I mean,
Can I
you-
do an insight and see if Beakming has any idea what I'm talking?
Yeah, roll me insight. I'm glad I almost killed Jay with that.
Excuse me, sir. Do you mind if we take your most prized possessions, please?
No,
No.
I don't blame him.
In the box, please.
Look, also, I can't
Wow,
see
wait.
my character sheet right now, but I'm pretty sure I had like 3 spell scrolls of which. Can we offer him that in return?
No. It's right, buddy.
wait, why would we offer him that?
I know
We could
you
just
only
use
have one. That was a
Yeah,
nice.
just use wish to like circumvent this whole thing.
And that's the trade we're doing.
Sorry?
6.
On your insight?
Yes.
Yeah,
My
checks out.
goodness, Ollie.
Beatming's pretty hard to read. He does have a flesh golem. It's on the table. You can see it.
Can I look around and see if there's anything that
Give
catches
me a
my
perception
attention?
check.
Can I do it with Arcana instead? Because I'm looking for a magic object or item.
That'll
Yes,
become a
yes, you
precedent.
can.
You
It's
fool.
not going to be a precedent. The thing is, I can't deny it because you shouldn't miss this item, really.
Where is it? My dice ended up on the floor. In the tray, please. Okay, better. 17.
17. In the middle of this room is a podium with a whole bunch of brass rings in the floor. They're like a foot off the floor each, and they look like they may be able to be moved. In the middle, a podium with a spell book on it. You would hazard a guess that sounds about right.
Hey, Beakming.
Beat me with a T.
Beakming. Sorry, my bad. Apologies.
That's
I mean,
okay. What are your names?
My name's
my name's
Galadeck.
Philomene.
Ben.
Guy Basalt.
Do any of you speak Sylvan?
No.
No.
No, sadly.
Well, that's unfortunate because I've been trying to learn from Viscerin's old spellbook, but it's written in Sylvan. I don't speak Sylvan good. Well, I don't read it. Good.
I can speak Sylvan tomorrow.
But can you read it tomorrow?
I can read it tomorrow, yes.
What?
Magic.
Magic.
Ah, okay, that checks out actually. I forget that's a thing sometimes.
Yeah. Could we have a look at this book? Sounds
No.
fascinating. Why not?
That's
You're
That's
just
the
trying
last
to
thing I
learn
have from
something from
Viscerin.
it?
That's his spellbook.
Could we make a deal for it?
Yeah.
You want to take the spellbook?
Yeah.
Are you
If you
guarding
take the
this?
spellbook, the tree dies.
Are you guarding this for Visceral?
What?
Insight check?
Yeah, give me an insight check.
And I will also do it, even though
You
my
can do
insight
that as well.
garbage.
I need to look at
Okay,
where's my
18.
I
rolls.
roughly know what my insight is, so we'll do it as well.
18.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
guess just from what I
Nah.
would have put in points.
Flat 10.
I'm gonna give it a +0. I think I was like, what? No,
Your charisma
Plus
plus
two.
you have.
I was strong, but I think I'm gonna give it +1. I think
Mine was a +2.
doesn't matter.
That's 10, so I definitely can't read him.
I got an 18.
This guy's stone faced.
18 will do it.
Great at poker.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's genuine. That's a don't. That's a please do not take the spellbook.
I'm not going to take it unless.
Wait, so you're saying if
Um,
it leaves that podium, the tree dies?
Yes.
Immediately or like slowly
It
or
cuts off its roots into the Feywild.
Hmm.
what?
The tree's roots go from the Draconic Plane through here into the Feywild. That book, it's called The Summers the Memoir. If you take that off the podium or out of that circle, pretty much, this place it doesn't exactly stop existing, but it stops connecting freely both ways, and
So it basically
will,
cuts the roots of the tree in
yeah,
half.
which will kill the fucking tree. Actually,
Yeah.
that's not a bad idea at this point because you're not really agreeing to my shit anyway.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, don't kill the tree.
Can
there's a lot
do-
of people living in the tree.
Can I do an insight? Do I think the headmistress factious?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
The second would want me to take the book if it killed the tree.
Don't forget, she doesn't expect us to come back.
She asked for the object though.
You don't know her well enough, so I will say no.
I can't do it.
You would know historically the tree, at least according to your history books, say that the tree was created to protect the school.
It would kind of be a really good fuck you if we took the book.
If the
Exactly
book
as
Hey,
we wanted, and
if
it
the
killed
book were to
tree.
be brought back in place, would
No.
it?
If I cut your hair and then put it back in place after, you still don't have hair attached to your head.
Then
Yeah,
how
I
are
think
you
Correct.
once the
learning
connection
from it?
7 is like 7 gone. Like,
Yeah.
there's
How-
no.
how-
You're cutting. You're physically cutting the roots of the tree.
How are you reading it and learning from it?
I just turned it while it's on the podium.
So it can be read while it's still on the podium.
Yes, but it can't be taken out of that circle.
Can you move the podium?
No,
Okay.
What if we were to transcribe what is in the book onto parchment and relay
True.
that
You,
back?
you could, but I mean, you could.
We
I'd
don't
like
have
something in
a.
return, at least if you're gonna do that, because my day's kind of been ruined. Bitming's having an awful weekend now.
Well, I mean, at least you know what's going on now, compared to just sending your people into unknown death, I suppose, or
I
at least
mean,
being
Bitming doesn't
hunted.
know if we should really stop, because a lot of the people like Viscerin, and doing this and changing this now is going to put a problem on things. A lot of them are probably going to want revenge, so they're not going to come in being nice. They're going to come in wanting to stab somebody.
So they're still going to go in. They're just going to go in angry rather than.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I couldn't blame them though.
couldn't blame him. Yeah.
and obviously the roots are growing through to our side, and we're getting some stuff out of that too. So as much as as much as Beatming would love to say, stuff it, take the book, fuck up the tree, it hurts Beatming's people too.
It's a little bit more complicated than that.
Yeah, it's in
Quite the dilemma we've stumbled upon.
Hmm.
Is there anything you desire yourself?
Very disciplined to be here this whole time.
Well, Beatming has been working on flesh golems and learning how to do things like that.
What if we got you more parts for more flesh golems?
I mean, I'm always down for work, so if you got work,
Beatming
I'm
usually
happy to do it.
finds enough of them kind of wander through Beatming's front foyer
Wait,
already.
we can't take the book.
Also, you were expecting us.
Beatming was expecting someone, not this.
Are we the
Beatming
first?
was expecting Viscerin or some messenger from Viscerin, not
Are we the
this.
first? Are we the first people to make it to you?
First people alive. As I said before, usually after people come through the front foyer, I'll walk through, collect all the bits, and then flesh golem.
Yeah.
Ha-
Right. Okay.
Respectfully,
Yes.
how?
Beatming gets the dryads to help.
I suppose we're the yeah. Who usually kills them?
I imagine like
Gravity-
arrow traps.
The traps or the dryads. Sometimes the mushrooms.
Wait, so you're able to go down into those pits?
It's complicated. They fall for a while, then they starve, and then because the walls are still wood,
Whoa.
dryads can go through the walls.
That's rough.
That is a brutal way to go.
Mm. Mm.
Well, I'm glad we were able to talk our way past those dryads.
They've seen some shit.
I don't blame them based on what you've said.
So, I need this book, but you're saying that if we take it, the tree
dies.
Does anyone else know that the book's here?
Beatming does.
Yes,
I'm
I know.
guessing. I'm guessing it's
Vesper
just.
would have.
Yeah, I'm guessing the Viscerin family probably, or Viscerin's family would, and then clearly, the mages know that it was used to create the tree.
Beatming's unsure if the rest of the Guild Alliance know. Viscerin made this deal with Beatming, not with the. Well, Beatming made this deal with Viscerin, not with the Guild Alliance. Beatming didn't have contact with anyone else from that family. So I'd assume, well, Beatming would assume, either Viscerin and the king of his time would know, and that's about it. Unless they're hiding secrets.
What was the name of the king?
Didn't mention. Hasn't said. Has just referred to as the king.
Yeah, can I ask? What was the name of the king of your time?
Beatming doesn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, Beatming's not from our plane. Why would Beatming know what the king's name was?
Beatming not from Draconic Plane. Beatming doesn't know.
Rovin the First was the king's name.
Hey,
How old are you?
Me?
How old is Beatman?
Yeah, Finn.
About 300 years.
time to be a historian.
Beatman doesn't know. Beatman only have.
Beatming,
10
you're at least 900.
Can I
Doesn't
insight
doesn't wait.
Are you
Hold,
calling
maybe
Beatman
Ben's
old?
age?
Yeah, you could insight that.
Well, I rolled good.
I think it's a 21.
I also got a 21.
Meets it, beats it.
I'm telling the truth.
Beatman is at least 10.
That would make sense.
Yeah,
Beatming, what was Versarin like?
Funny.
I mean, a nice enough guy if he was willing to offer these
We
people
smoked
refuge.
weed together. And mushrooms.
Damn.
You smoked
Mushrooms.
mushrooms?
Yes,
Mushrooms
the
make
mushrooms from the Feywild. They were awful. Awful mushrooms. The
Maybe
mushrooms were like taking over things. Beatming had cousin. Cousin fell in pit of mushrooms. Beatming cousin stopped being
heart-
in charge of himself.
His
mean,
heart
mushrooms-
stopped beating.
The mushrooms I
He
understand.
did not stop Beatming. Beatming stopped him.
The mushrooms I understand, but why would you eat weeds? It'd just be grassy and
No, smoked the weeds.
well, yes,
You know how
smoked
you know
for
how
it.
you have no guy. You know how you have your incense.
Yes.
Imagine you put a dust in that smelt worse, but made you see things and feel differently.
Oh, that
That
raises
made
even
me
more
feel differently
questions.
with the mushrooms.
That is what weed is. It makes you it like alters your state of being.
Why would you do that?
Hobbits
Some
are
people
very
find it
good.
some people find it relaxing.
Closer to
Reduces
nature, I
stress.
guess.
Beatming, Beatming, the fire helped Beatming and others get rid of all the mushrooms because the mushrooms kept spreading and we couldn't stop them.
Bit of a reminds me of a situation from a tale, an old tale that I'm familiar with called "The Last of Us."
Oh, please do elaborate.
Beatming doesn't know that one.
uh, yes, there was a noble knight, and
I don't know if he
his,
was super noble per
and
se.
his adopted daughter, and
This story
mushrooms
too long for Beatming already.
were taking
Beatming.
over people's brains and making them attack each other. But the daughter was immune to the mushroom fungus. So yeah, it's a whole thing.
Beatming,
People-
are you
People got really
familiar?
upset with the second book, but I think it was just as good.
Hold on, let's get back to task at hand.
Beatming, are you familiar with the maze at all? Do you know what's in each room?
Yes.
What is in that room with all of the Sylvan script?
And like the different symbols on the doors.
Oh, yeah, Beatming know that one.
Yeah, what's that?
Treasures.
Would there be something equal or maybe slightly better, worse than the book here that we could go
Not
back
really.
and get?
What's in
Beatming
there?
also can't read silver.
Right, so you
Like,
just
I
know
don't
that
know
you
what
just know
silver
that
looks like.
Mhm.
The symbols
I mean-
mean treasures, Beatming pretty sure. Beatming hasn't fucked with it. Beatming doesn't
What's
need
saying?
treasures. Beatming just need
Yeah.
dead bodies for Flesh Golem.
that is fair. I mean, is there anything we could take to prove that we got here? Because I feel like you telling the headmistress that you found the spell book, you know who owned it, you know its origins, and that if you take it, it'll destroy the tree.
So,
Pretty good evidence that you came here.
is there a way to get in here? How did Viscerin get in here?
Viscerin would just teleport in here.
Is there a teleportation circle?
Yeah, kinda.
Can I check the ground?
It's the brass rings in the middle. If you rotate them, you can go to different ley lines.
Different. What now?
Okay.
They're places of magical power. Usually found mostly in the Draconic realm, but also in other realms as well. They kind of overlap where you can cross into different planes.
Great. Wonderful. Is there some way I can copy this like a teleportation circle sequence?
Is this question for Beat Me?
This is a question for the DM.
Oh, you could try. With how it's laid out and the amount of magic, you're not like just knowing on the spot. You would have to make a check. So an Arcana check would probably be in order.
I'd be able to help. What? Yeah. Can someone help with that?
You could probably. I would say no,
Okay.
actually, because this is like very
Complex,
high level
yeah.
magic.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Can I
this
see
is
if
this
I've
is
heard
this
of-
is hard on the theory.
Can I see if I've heard of any of these ley lines, or like if I know where any are?
Arcana check. Actually, Arcana or Nature, I suppose.
Ooh, much better in nature. Oh, fucking rolls like that.
The issue with this is for both of you, this type of magic is theoretical. This isn't a proven type of magic.
14?
14. You would know there's like theories of like the big thunderstorm in the desert could be one. The massive crevasse could be one in the snow. Whatever that massive whirlpool is in the ocean could be one. There have been vague theories that the swamp is one, like the very center of the swamp.
That is right.
And there's heaps of suggested ones that are possible for the mountains to do with lakes of lava and shit like that. It's difficult. There's a lot, but there's very little proving that these are, other than there's some sort of immense condition to deal with those areas.
Okay. I am going to make that Arcana check to see if I can copy the sequence.
Absolutely.
Can I assist in any way by just like pointing out, like, oh, don't forget about that line. Make sure you're doing this line.
I would say that would probably hinder more than help. Because
Yeah, no,
Philomene would be going off like lots of different things they have read, all of it theoretical and suggestive, not actually.
Change that. Can I suggest to Simulamine that they should help?
Not there.
Simulamine not here.
Can I just suck you off? Please don't.
Roll for
Are
some.
you gonna cast guidance on yourself?
I got an
That's a
11
really
suck.
good idea. I'm gonna cast guidance. Oh,
Yeah, maybe do that. That might help.
Yeah, go for it. Give me that check.
sorry. Let me grab a D4.
It's the only help you're gonna get.
For a second, I was genuinely like, I can't cast guidance. I'm not a wizard. Sorry, I'm a wizard. And then I remembered.
I'm like
I
someone.
probably-
I was like someone can cast guidance. I don't know who, but someone can.
It's me.
It's
A wizard.
you. You are the one that can cast it. Crazy.
They are the one who knocks.
That's not good. That's not a good reaction.
It's either really good or not good at all.
It's
Oh,
Is it
really bad.
another one? That would be
That's not
fantastic.
fair.
I think it's a
Two
2.
ones.
It's giving 2.
It's low enough
5?
energy.
5 plus
6.
7
Plus 7,
12.
12. Plus the
plus
D4.
1 on my guide.
13.
you're-
Unlucky 13.
You're like looking at all of this and memorizing it, and then you notice that parts of the rings are actively moving and rotating, and that by the time you like figure it, it's already fully moved, and you're like, yeah, I'm never gonna get this unless I spend like far too long trying
So
to
the
study
sequence
this.
changes.
Sorry?
So the sequence changes constantly.
The sequence changes constantly.
I mean, that's a
How-
start. Surely Archmage Grand Wizard.
You
could be
had an
right there.
idea for a moment of what it may have been, but then you realized it's changing, and the things that you were memorizing were
Irrelevant.
kind of inconsistent.
Okay, then instead of that, can I just do a general drawing of the room with indications for how things are moving?
Yeah,
General drawing of the room with
I
indication
will
of how
allow
things are
you to do
moving.
that.
You too.
So this, what? Now what? Are you people leaving Beatming's house?
Once she's done doing whatever she needs to do, yeah, probably.
Okay.
Like we only came here assuming there was no one guarding it. It was just sort of sitting around. But now that you're here, it kind of there's a wrench in all of that. We don't want to do you any more harm than we seemingly already have. So
Beatming appreciate that. Beatming didn't think much more harm beyond a lot of Beatming's people being murdered could be done, but Beatming appreciates it.
I mean, we didn't even know the deal you made existed. Like,
I don't think anyone does.
yeah, it's kind of
Okay,
been lost to
Beatming now
time on
very
our end.
concerned. Beatming
Yes,
also
Beatming.
concerned about how Jake is just frozen in time.
He's also in the kitchen too. He's behind me.
That's crazy.
What do you mean?
Yeah, yeah, I would love to think that he isn't, bro. That was just him sitting there like that the entire time.
Wait. If Jay's on camera, then who's standing behind Josh?
The Skinwalker.
Skinwalker that lives underneath my bed.
That's crazy.
Wait, with Steph's mimic box?
Mm.
Yeah.
The camera is sending a low frame rate. This may be caused by high system load. Error 2013.
Nice.
Good year.
Year of our Lord 2013.
But
Yes,
yeah.
Bing Ming,
So-
I am something of a historian for these lands, and I had never heard of this deal.
Beatming questions maybe you're bad historian? Maybe? Hopefully?
No.
Well, shit.
So,
I have a feeling that just like Visrin and possibly the king were the only people to know about the book being here, they were probably the only people who knew about the deal as well. So that when they passed, it was just never passed on.
Beatming gonna have to make a lot of flesh golems.
Uh-oh.
beat me.
Yes?
I have one of our companions is stuck in the maze that you created to get in here.
Okay.
Is there
It
any
is,
way,
it is an identical looking construct of Philomene.
is there any way we can get them back without having to go back through the whole thing?
Beatming can reset the maze once you're out of here,
Maybe
which
the
might let
Dryads
them
could
get
help?
out. Possibly.
Wait, would it? Because they're at the second
The second
turn.
stone.
Yes.
Second stone. Beatming
Yeah,
can
past
always
the outer
ask the
family.
Dryads to get them out.
Okay.
Probably the
I would
best way.
really appreciate that.
And Beatming guessing you just want the quick way out, yeah?
That would be splendid.
Excellent. Have you finished with whatever you were doing?
Do I feel confident that I would be able to, with my sketch, that I would be able to convey the information that I want to Old Maid?
Yes.
Cool. Yep,
To
all
Old
done.
Maid.
Whether
You
that's
can
what she
convey
wants or not.
whether or not they will listen. You aren't able to tell. You haven't known the headmistress for long enough to know that.
It's the only. This is like the best solution we can come up with. That
Yeah.
isn't just straight up murder the tree.
Yeah.
I don't
Really?
really want to murder the tree while we're all standing inside it. And
Maybe
the
Beatming
only way
says-
out is
Beatming says technically,
simplification.
if you cut the tree and we're in here, we're in the safest spot. Beatming would
don't-
still prefer you not cut tree because Beatming did like Viscerin a lot. Viscerin
I mean,
was
he sounds like a
amazing.
pretty cool guy, so I don't
He
really want
was
to
pretty
ruin.
cool.
I don't want to ruin
He
what he
was.
tried to
He,
do.
he
seemed
taught
like a
me
nice
how to
guy.
set fires.
I can respect that.
Hmm.
I like this guy.
Lots of fires.
I like Viscerin.
We burnt a lot of mushrooms.
Mm. Seems like it.
We have Viscerin Day in the Feywild.
Ah, That's cool. I wish we had that mouse.
I don't think the Draconic Plane has Viscerin Day.
No, it does not.
Well, what do you mean the draconic plane?
You're from Draconic Plane, no?
No.
Don't you have other name for it, maybe?
We're from the material plane.
Yes, Draconic Plane.
But there haven't been dragons for hundreds of years.
Well, I don't think we've ever had a dragon.
You got me there.
I mean, fair point.
I don't think any other plane has dragons besides you guys.
What about...
We've always known it as just the Draconic Plane because they're kind of one of the scariest things you've got that nowhere else does.
Fair point.
That would make sense.
I heard tales.
Dragons do have tails, yes.
I heard tales of a Feywild dragon-like creature called the Jabberwocky.
But that's not a dragon.
It's not a dragon. Okay.
That's like Beatming saying Beatming sea satyr-like creature with no hooves.
Okay, but it is a big lizard that breathes fire.
And you're a
Technically, it's
humanoid that has lots
eyelashes.
of hair, and then he points at your head.
Technically, it's what? Sorry.
Technically, it's eye lasers in 5th
Oh, okay,
edition.
But it flies.
Beatming remind you that if it big and walk on all fours, it not always dog. Sometimes it bear. And when it bear, you should run.
Got us there.
Yep.
Probably
No.
also
point.
run if dog, if not your dog.
Are we in the Feywild right now?
Yeah,
Curious.
yeah.
I mean, I kind of
That's
figured
why it's
the portal
warm.
and everything, but him talking about the Fae kind of made it seem like this is the Feywild.
Beatming from Fag.
I mean, aren't most satyrs?
Oh,
Beatming would suppose all the satyrs that weren't immediately killed in the Draconic Plane that had kids would not be from the Fae. But I
Oh,
suppose
yeah,
you're
I mean,
right.
that-
So
I mean,
when
that's
you
why I
say
said
you're sending people, you mean you're sending Fae from the Feywild to the Draconic Plane?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Straight delivery. Yeah, no, stop that. Stop that.
Beatming
So hard.
will stop that. The issue is Beatming. We still don't have lots of place for people to live at the moment.
sort of a.
Remember, there's not exactly a lot of forest here due to all the burning of mushrooms. They don't have a lot of land.
Yeah, it's mostly soot and tree roots. Tree roots
Well-
have been helping, but it's not great.
Well, okay, don't necessarily stop it then, but do warn refugees that they will be being hunted here for the sake of being hunted.
Yeah, but then it's just gonna like like you said, it's like more likely just people gonna be going in there angry, starting aggressive stuff, and making the problem worse. Like
Beatming
cycle.
must ask: is it racism?
I believe so.
Beatming's worst fears have been realized.
I mean, they certainly treat it like racism. That's for sure.
Beatming is very sad.
I mean, maybe we can talk to the mistress and see if she can do something.
You want to try and end racism?
Don't you?
Beatming hasn't considered that actually. That might be helpful.
If we.
Beatming says if you can end racism, you can have the book.
You're welcome.
That is quite a tall order. I'll be honest.
Beatming sure you can do it.
Let's get more specific.
Guy pulls out a can of Pepsi.
Here you go.
Empty Coca-Cola glass. I don't give
I
a
give a
damn.
fuck.
Maybe if we can get rid of this specific law that makes it allowable for
Buy
Feywild,
stuff.
We get rid of the
that
king.
counts as destroy as beating racism.
Oh, nothing like
Beatming suppose it's getting rid of systemic racism, which is kind
Nothing-
of the best you could really do, isn't it?
nothing quite like coming down here to find a magical artifact for entry to a school, only to come out planning a regicide and entire societal reform. Ah, yes.
Beatming did mention
Classic
killing
Tuesday.
kings, but Beatming wouldn't mind.
I
Beatming,
like
you stab one of us, I stab one of
Beat
you.
Ming. I like you.
Beatming also likes Beatming.
Right,
So you're
fair
gonna say
point.
me for a second.
Bitming didn't listen to what you said.
I like this guy.
fine.
Anyway, we
Does
should probably get back. We gotta inform your headmistress about this so you can get to school.
send the dryads to help me out.
Bitming will do.
They look exactly like me, but they don't have to eat or sleep or drink.
Like you?
They look exactly like me.
Okay. Well, step into the circle in the middle. I will give this a spin, and then when it stops, you will be on your way.
How
You're a
exciting.
cool dude, Beatming. Thank you.
Bitming, appreciate it.
Let's step into the middle of the circle.
Me too.
So as you all step into the circle, you watch as Beatming steps forward, grabs one of the rings, and spins it as hard as they can, and it starts spinning around, and then hurriedly steps back to not be sent with you.
Yeah.
This is the bit where the story can really diverge. So I want a bit of a vote here. Do we want the dice to decide where you end up, or do you want me to decide where you end up?
Nice.
Can I decide?
Nice.
No, you cannot decide, McLean.
Nice.
Either dice or me.
Chaos.
Nice.
Dice.
I've heard. Yeah, it seems to be dice.
But tell us what the options are, and then record the dice roll
I assume
so we
it's
can
all
see
the
it.
ley lines, right?
Yes, it's going to be lots of
Yeah.
different ley lines.
It's
It
all
could
the
be
ley
any.
lines.
It could be any of the ley lines.
This
yeah,
is
roll the
not
die.
the fast way back. If we just backtrack through,
He said it's the fast way out, not the fast way back.
I'm gonna kill Beatming with
And
my
technically, it's the
bare
fastest way
fucking
back
hand.
to the draconic plane.
I'm gonna kill Beatming with my bare hand.
You have
Don't
bare
think, like-
hands?
Hold on. Here's a question: does Philomene understand the Feywild?
Who understands
No.
the Feywild, Matt? Who
Okay.
understands the Feywild?
That's okay. Well, I mean, it's more about the time dilation of the Feywild.
Yeah, we've
Okay.
been here for 6 years.
Yeah, right. Like, it's very possible they already assume we're dead.
Yeah. Okay. So dice as it is.
Yeah.
Dice it is.
That's a good point. He might have really been waiting for like 2 years.
Yeah, that's why he's saying like he doesn't
In
know how long it's
3
been in
whole
the clock.
minutes where
Yeah,
you've
right.
fucking been.
Yeah,
Oh,
right. Like,
God,
who
how bad
knows?
Time dilation gonna be.
That's the real question, isn't it?
We're gonna
That's what-
come
that's
back
what I
and
was-
everything's gonna be different.
No, hang on.
Yes, we're gonna end up in a different place at a
Hey,
different time.
It could be Narnia direction time dilation.
Oh, true. Yeah, it could be returned to the exact second.
Okay,
we
you
left.
got you
Yeah.
got the one that I was going to choose, which is really fun.
Yes. Thank you, Dice.
You're welcome.
Okay. So as the world begins to spin and you can see each of each other, and you kind of just start seeing these after images as this magic energy just kind of spins around you. And then you are somewhere else. It is cold. It is dry. It is very dark. And you can hear people talking. For all of you, one of these voices sounds familiar. It is Chupavara's new king.
Uh-oh.
In this darkness, there is a single point of light. A set of bars. Very small. No bigger than the size of your head. Enough for you to peer through, but not enough for any sort of movement through.
We're in prison. Great. Yeah, I'm gonna go look through the bars. I'm curious.
Looking through the bars, you see a very large table. In the center of the table is a map. A map underneath a glass, not quite dome, but cover. The table itself is the map, and you can see various elements of cities, armies, trade routes, everything have been put across the map, and you can see the 6 rulers of Ophmund sitting around the table.
Oh God.
You can see as they're kind of chatting, they're laughing. You can see one or two of each other giving stank eye towards each other. And you can make out what they're conversing. They're bragging about their nations, saying, "My nation does that, your nation does that." And I would love an insight check from all of you.
Who's got good insight?
No,
No
everybody
idea.
makes it.
Huh?
Everybody makes an insight. It's an insight check from all of you, not
No,
one
I
of
want
you.
to know who to give guidance.
I got an unnatural 20.
I also got an unnatural 20.
I'll give old mate guidance. My friend Guy.
I'm switching dice.
If you'll allow that, or is it
I'll
too
allow it.
loud?
I'll allow it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It makes
I
sense
got
to give
pretty good.
one of those to it anyway.
Insight?
Insight.
18.
18.
22.
22.
My
So for
unnatural
everyone
20
with-
becomes a 24.
Everyone
Hell
with
yeah.
above 20.
Everyone
You
but
notice
me.
that pretty much. You notice that they're not referring to each other by name. They are calling each other by the name of their nation.
Interesting.
So Fenris, when someone speaks to him, is not being called Fenris. He is being called Chupavara. And you can see that they are having a wonderful, wonderful time.
How do we get out of here?
I'm gonna look around and see if I can see a way out with my dark vision.
Give me a perception check.
23.
23. After a bit of shuffling around in the dark, which is not necessarily the dark for you, but you're navigating your compatriots that might not be able to see as
It's
well as
still
you.
dim light if you have dark vision.
I'm saying more that they're trying to then get around everyone else that can't see. You do find what looks like a small crawl space that you could get through. That all of you could get through.
So we're above all of this?
Yes.
Curious.
But everybody, I found a crawl space.
Let's go.
Why are we whispering? We can just ask them to let us out. We didn't mean to come here.
They are the leaders of this nation, of all the nations combined in one room. I don't think they're gonna take too kindly to unknown people just happening to appear inside of their area,
But
regardless of what we say.
Honesty is
No,
key.
I don't. No. Do not let your virtues
If
make you
we
think that.
if we seem shady, we will be shady.
I think that is a terrible idea. I think we should just try to leave.
Agreed.
Remember, the powerful don't think like we do. They think very differently. And I'm gonna start making my way through the crawl space.
No one knows we're here. If we tell them that, what's to stop them from just making it so no one knows where we are ever again?
What if they don't want people to know they do this? Do you really think they're
If-
just gonna let us walk out of here?
If they find out we're here, they kill us. We
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Do we really have such little faith in our monarchs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Does everybody make their way through the crawl space?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
I
got it.
would love for anyone that made the first check. Oh, did anybody verbalize that?
No.
Verbalize what?
Perfect. For everyone that succeeded that insight check before, I would love for you to make a history check.
So that's everybody but me.
Yes, everybody but the person that's really good at history.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess
and
I
has
have a
their
plus.
stats.
I'm gonna guess I have a +1 in history, so unnatural 20.
I got a 15.
I got a 0.
That's pretty damn good. You're just really shocked that everyone thinks so poorly about the Monarchs. Jeez. Josh, you are the only one that remembers a very, very key part of history in this 30-minute slog of a crawl through the dark, cramped space. You remember that all of the nations, as is right now, are named after the dragons that each nation beat. It's common knowledge. It's very common knowledge. But it takes a very, very sour type of taste now.
Keep going.
After an hour of crawling through this space, which is just absolutely awful, you find yourself exiting out of a small little cavity tucked under what most of you think is a bridge.
Most
For
of
those
us
that
think.
have been here before, you would know what's above you. Has anybody been to Scrigadale before?
Imagine me.
I imagine you would.
Where is that? Oh, it's
Straight
there.
bang. It's the collaborative city in the
I
middle.
think I might have
Um,
gone on brief trips with my fathers.
Yeah.
Would I have?
Yeah.
I guess the only question is, would I have passed through here on my travels to?
You may have, but
Well,
you likely wouldn't have gone into the very inner depths of the city.
Okay,
which is where
then
you are
no, I
now.
would not. Okay, then I would not know.
But you still would have been here. I'd say the only person that's never been here before is Guy.
Are you
Okay.
eating out of an oven yet?
It's cold. It's cold.
Oh, okay, okay.
I froze a mango drink and it's yummy.
Okay.
So, Guy, as you exit out, you hear a rumbling.
Hang on a second.
Reading a message.
Oh, I think I got sent a message. Helps if I read it though.
Imagine if it's like this whole time it's Jason's like, guy doesn't follow. He announces himself to just me.
Be sliding into our DMs.
Yep.
DMs.
Yeah.
How could you? I don't like that hoodie you're wearing.
Me.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was very comfortable. I've had it for quite a long time.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm just grateful it's hoodie weather again.
Same, bro.
Love me a hoodie.
I get to rock my cool long sleeves now.
Yeah.
I like the cold, so I rock t-shirts.
This one has the ingredients for a burger on it.
Oh, nice. That's cool. I like that.
I got sleeve graphic too.
What are your sleeve graphics?
It's rose.
Oh, roses. Nice.
Yeah.
I've heard
Love,
they're
I
red.
love graphics on sleeves. I don't know why. It's just on
Yeah,
long sleeve shirts. I
They
really
go
like them.
hard.
They do.
Are you sure you want to do that?
I rolled the dice to make a decision. That's what it landed on, and it feels right.
Oh,
It
Fuck
feels
is
right.
wrong with you?
Mm.
oh my god.
Especially
after everyone-
after that history check.
After what did you roll in the history check?
0.
0.
0.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So as everyone
Great.
gets out under this bridge, you hear, for some of you are familiar, some of you are somewhat concerning rumbling as a steam train goes overhead on a set of tracks.
Well, we're in Strigadale.
And
Where's Guy?
post of this moment, you notice Guy is not here.
Fuck.
Don't do
Oh
it.
shit. He
Guy,
might-
I would love for you to make me a stealth check, and please, for the love of fuck, make it a good one.
I don't know what
Dang.
my stealth bonus is at the moment, so I think it's like a 2 or something.
If Guy has gone to talk with them, we need to leave here.
18.
Like-
Yeah,
yesterday.
you're not.
18.
Yeah, you are not wrong. We need to skedaddle.
They have true sight.
I don't know that.
They have true sight.
Yeah, well, you're not
These-
trying to be
these-
stealthy.
These are just dudes.
Yeah,
They
you just
are
think
not
that you
just
just think
dudes.
you're like
Yeah, they
you're
are.
just gonna random. You're like I love how guys like we teleport it into the area where all the
What was
lords
it,
of the
18?
realms are having
Yeah.
a secret meeting, and they think they're just gonna be happy to let us out if we speak to them for sure. Oh god, rest in peace,
From what I
guy.
understand about Guy, that's very much in character.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Well, it was nice knowing you.
I mean, even Philippines really do.
Hey, if you don't make the risky plays, you don't find the fun information.
Well, you're gonna be the only one finding it.
Facts.
The rest
That's
of it-
facts.
Yeah,
You
that's true.
listen
But you're
in on
not.
this conversation.
Oh, you.
A slime on the wall. And as this is going on, you hear as they all quiet down for a moment, and you can hear a set of footprints coming from within this room towards the door. And as the Queen of Bahabin relaxes backwards to look lazily at the ceiling, she sees you. And you know she sees you.
This will be good.
And she just smiles. What are you doing?
She's so friendly.
I pulsate my body with the warm and bubble a bit and just slowly move towards the bars. Acting as though I am what I am and not what I am.
Yeah, bro, that's facts, man.
Oh, I like what
Crazy.
you're. I see what you're doing.
Hmm.
Crazy.
I'll need a performance check from you.
That I can do.
Preach for
Oh,
you.
he's frozen on his smile. That's so cute.
That is much better.
That's what the Queen's smile looks like.
Yeah,
That's.
exactly.
I don't remember if I'm proficient, so it's either 23 or 25.
When I rolled the 1,
Either
but
way,
I have to see how that insight still goes for something like this, because I do know that this specific thing that saw you does have a plus 17 to perception.
Jesus.
So there is a chance that that did not matter in the slightest.
Humans don't have plus 17 to perception.
That's crazy. Who would have thought, huh?
It's been a fighter for quite some
Wild.
time.
Wild.
She tilts her head back, ready to look at whoever comes in the door.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh!
That would.
I think if I rolled literally anything higher than a 3, you were fucked.
Damn. The dice tell a story.
They do. And are you fleeing towards the crawl space?
Fleeing. Yeah.
Well, how quickly, though?
Keeping up this facade of a slow pace.
I'm more querying if you're trying to leave before this next person enters, or if you're trying to stall to see them.
Oh, neither. I'm more just trying to not break the illusion of what I am. So I think in doing so, staying to see who this person is.
I would argue that staying would need another check from you. So I will let you either choose to stay and make another
He's doing
performance
it.
check, or you can go.
Here it goes.
Okay.
Same roll.
Same roll.
I salute you, sir. I salute
There
you.
are 2 people checking to see you.
You're
1 and a
joking.
5.
That's
1 and a
is-
5.
That's
Never
insane.
punish.
I need to check the stats for the thing that got the
With the
5.
five.
Why does my
That's
camera keep
insane.
fucking dying?
I'm gonna just salute.
What did you
real
roll?
quick.
A
was it?
1 and a 5.
What did Jay roll?
Either 23 or
25.
25, depending on if I'm proficient, which I don't think I am, but I might.
Is that a cruiser?
No, it's a. Oh, it is. I thought it was the Yaritas. Oh, it's
Son of a
Rocket.
bitch.
Yeah,
Son of a bitch be
Yaritos.
drinking. Drinking on the
Why
Yeah,
not?
job.
you need to drink when you're about to. lose
I
your
mean, yeah, I mean, in
character.
this situation, yeah, I don't blame him, man. I don't blame him at all.
This is how I ended up in 2 places at once, because everyone started drinking, right?
Have you
No.
seen?
Yeah, I just stay in double.
Have you seen that Satanic Panic D&D comic or graphic novel
Probably not.
where when someone's character dies, they're like kicked out of the group and they lose their real life magic powers?
That sounds cool. I have
Yeah,
a spoon.
Funny.
I'll try find it. I'll try find what it's called. If you look up Satanic Panic D&D
Graphic novel. Or
Panic
comic or whatever.
D&D
Discord makes my spoon look full.
Nope,
graphic
I have the same spoon.
Little bit.
novel.
I'm not doing that.
Come on,
Here
Bill,
it
put
is.
Just do it
There you
off
do.
camera. Do
How
it
dare
off
you
camera.
do that
Josh.
to my spoon? I
Wow,
paid
okay,
for
that
that
was-
spoon.
That was
No, you
aggressive.
didn't.
Here it is.
I think your mum did.
It's called
No, you don't know if that's one of the ones I bought or not.
It's called Dark Dungeons.
Dark's
Not
Dungeon,
the-
great game.
It's called Dark
Rest in,
Dungeons.
rest in peace, narrator.
An 18?
Huh?
Huh?
You got an 18?
You
23,
got a 23.
possibly
23.
25.
Oh. Hang on.
D&D build back up. Let's see.
I'm having a great time with this
No,
game.
it won't be. Again, it's saying it won't be up till 10 a.m. tomorrow.
What
Yeah,
they be
but-
doing, huh?
For that 5, it's a plus 14 to a 19.
Fooled.
It does
Bamboozled.
not see you.
Flupendorf.
Or it does not tell that you're not what you are.
Ooh, get him, girl.
As this creature walks in,
My gabbers have been flasted.
yes, correct. You watch as
Back to that one.
Thank you.
darkness enters the room with it. A smoky haze. You see something unfathomably old. An old drow.
Was this rune a drow?
No,
No? Okay.
would have been a wood elf. You haven't met them, but that's the assumption, because you would know from seeing the king that the king is a wood elf.
And
And
guys,
you watch as all the kings, all the monarchs, all the queens, everyone in that room stands up and bows towards this individual.
That's terrifying.
And that's when you slip away.
I hope you're writing that. We need to know this.
And I think that's where we're going to end it for today.
That feels like a good spot.
Cool. Cool.
Sick.
I wonder how far behind the guy is going to be at this point, because he has an hour of crawling to get through.
It's a lot easier for me to crawl through.
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
right. No, because that wouldn't have. Because you would not have waited an hour to do that.
Correct.
You'd still.
So
You'd
it's
still be
probably going to
behind.
be like maybe 10-15 minutes before he catches up.
Okay.
But still,
Yeah, you-
it's a lot easier for
Why
me to
is
crawl
it-
through.
Why is it easier for you to crawl, huh, guy? Huh, guy?
Because I'm just fluid like that.
Fluid.
You know it.
Yeah, real fluid.
Gender fluid.